When I tell you it rains and pours, I just had a whole catastrophe out here a few days ago. But listen, before I get into that story, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I greatly appreciate it. We try to move the channel forward, and we can only do that with your help. But let's get into the video. Next question. So what happened was, it was last Thursday and whatnot. Get ready, kind of running late for work. I actually had the work vehicle, so I parked it out front, right out front of the garage, which I believe is kind of like my saving grace because I would have completely missed this. But step out of the door, just made me a bagel. We good. I go to go hop in the work vehicle, and literally the front yard looks like a flash flood. Little pond right here. I'm like, what's going on? Now, the funny thing is I kind of realized that earlier that morning, the water pressure was like weak, but I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's just cold. You try to turn on the tap to a slow drip. I'm not knowing what's going on, right? Come to find out, one of the main water lines has burst. It literally looks like a flash flood. Like, y'all see the videos. So now I'm kind of like, okay, what am I going to do? I call, what is it, like Georgia Water. And I'm like, yo, listen, the pipe bursts. I'm like, okay, cool. They're going to come out and they're going to fix it. That's when they explained to me that they only cover from the meter to the curb. It's like literally like this much space. From the meter to the curb, anything else is personal liability. So I'm screwed. I'm like, okay, easily this is about to rack up $1 million. But I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm talking to them. She's like, yeah, it's in the front yard. It's gonna be your responsibility. So I'm like, oh man. So I do have a separate insurance other than my homeowner's insurance, which is American Home Shield. I was kind of already iffy on giving them a call because I felt like it wasn't going to be covered, which in the long run, come to find out, it wasn't. But I give them a call. Of course, they're going to tell you it's covered because they want you to pay that $100, initial fee, right? For them to come out and assess the situation. The way they work is they work through third-party contractors, so they'll send somebody else to come do the work in a sense. So called them on Thursday. They were like, okay, cool. We'll have somebody to be able to come out on Friday. The issue is the water is still running. And it's not a trickle. It's not like, a few drops here and there. If I let this run for a few days, my bill is about to be $1 billion. So what I do is I end up calling Georgia Water or whatever the water company is out here. And I'm like, yo, listen, I at least need y'all to come turn the water off. Like, I can't even do that. What I learned is how simple it was to just go in the front yard and you can actually literally just twist the knob and it'll cut off the water over by like the main water valve. I didn't know that. Come on, I'm living in apartments. I'm coming from New York. If the water went out, we didn't know what to do, but it was like the simplest thing and whatnot. They did end up sending somebody out. He came out, he probably came like an hour and a half later, was able to turn it off or whatnot. But what that meant for me is that now we ain't got no water in the house. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. You know, they're going to come out tomorrow. They'll be able to fix it real quick. It's not going to be like, you know, no major issue. Even if they came back to me and explained to me like, okay, well, American Home Shield isn't going to cover it, I'm still prepared, you know, to pay whatever it's going to cost because the kid need water, you know? So I'm worried about that. Thursday rolls around, you got to do a little bird bath. Listen, I'm 6'4", so, you know, it was a big bird bath. I not my thing, you know? So they finally come out on Friday or whatnot, and dude comes in and he's just like, okay, it's an easy fix. I mean, they kind of just pull it up. You know, you'll see in the pictures. It's easy fix, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to fix it today because one, it's a Friday. They don't work on weekends, and they still have to run it past American Home Shield just in case they were to cover it. They have to still get that denial. Now, with American Home Shield, they cover everything that is inside the house. So if it would have been a water break inside the house, they would have took care of that. But because it was right outside the house, right outside the front door, it's not part of the main structure. So I'm like, all right, oof. Because what that means for me is now I have to go the whole weekend without no water. When I tell you, you don't realize how much you miss something until you don't have it. You know, I mean, you can't flush the toilet. I can't wash any of the clothes. You know, you go to buy your jugs of water and stuff. You get your bottled water or whatnot. But it's like, regardless of how many times you know, heat the water on the stove, and I ain't gonna be a stranger and try to act like, you know, growing up, we ain't never had situations where we had to heat the water on the stove. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, put in the comment section if you've ever had to heat the house with the stove. Like, come on, like, don't sit here and lie to me. Some of y'all still doing it now, but we're not gonna get on that. But I mean, it's essential. It's water, and you know, it really kind of made me more appreciative of how good we have it over here, because we can go to the faucet and turn on, you know, the water. And it made me think about, you know, countries where they don't have easy access to clean water, or, you know, places where they are struggling, be it contamination or whatever the case is. So, you know, I'm very appreciative of that, but had to go the whole weekend doing the bird bath. I went over a friend's house, took a shower. When I tell you, it felt like it was the best shower ever. I had on, you know, I brought, you know, you bring your own stuff, but I mean, they had some really good smelly soaps on it. I got one, you know, one brand on this arm, another brand on that arm, you know. I'm exfoliating my feet. Like, I'm living, you know. So Monday rolls around. I'm at work. I give them a call, and you know, that we've already received the denial from American Home Shield, and they're like, okay, cool, we can set you up for an appointment, but it's gonna have to be tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, you know, at this time, and you know, for the company that I was working with, I'm very appreciative of them. I'll probably leave their contact information in the bar below, because I feel that sometimes when it comes into adulting, it does take a lot of critical thinking, because I've seen situations where people have had maybe water breaks or whatnot and never thought to call the water company to have the water turned off. So they let the water run the whole time until somebody's able to come fix it, resulting in a bill that's sky high. So like, this is information that needs to be shared. Maybe somebody else is going through the same predicament and they needed, you know, a guide on how to do it or who to call. So I feel like, you know, great company, very professional, and most importantly, they, you know, they took good care of me and it came out pretty quick. because they came around Tuesday, which is actually today. They were able to get it all fixed up. Oh, they outside running. I should go out there and triple. But they were able to come out, fix it today. I mean, dude came in literally 30 minutes later, the water was back on. And we spoke about different reasons for why the line might have broke or whatnot. And he said it could have been something as simple as the house shifted, because this was brand new construction when I bought it. And that also brings into another thing that everybody's always so quick to jump into brand new construction. But these developers and these contractors are using, poor materials. The craftsmanship is poor. They're just throwing these houses up, slapping a price on them, and then selling them to us for, a gazillion dollars. You really don't know how the house is going to be until it gets a few years into it. So you can kind of see if things kind of shift a little bit. They do have warranties that will cover you, but it's more so for structural damages. But I mean, that's another conversation. I would say new is not always the best. But, I'm very happy that the water is on. When I tell you the water came on, I promise you, I probably literally washed everything in this house. I think I'm on my 6th load. I don't even think I had 6 loads of clothes to even wash. You just start washing everything. I didn't clean, scrub the bathrooms, the toilets, because, listen, as a man, I explained to you that the toilet wasn't flushing. So, sometimes you got to use the bathroom, and then, you can do the old school trick where you pour the water down there and whatnot. But the splash from, you may be using the bathroom or whatnot, it starts smelling like, a high school gym locker or whatnot. So I'm scrubbing the toilet, the tub, I'm doing everything that I couldn't do this weekend. Because normally what I'll do on the weekends is I'll clean all of Sunday or whatnot. I couldn't do it because I had no water. So I'm sitting there scrubbing, vacuuming, everything, just Febrezing the whole crib. I'm washing everything. I think I still got the Nintendo Switch in the dryer on spin cycle. Like, the PlayStation is about to be next. Like, everything is being baptized. I don't care. Hit it with a super soaker. Because cleanliness is something that is very important to me. But I just remember being in those moments when you can't take a shower, or you can't, properly clean the way you want to clean, or, you got dishes that are piling up. Like, it was a horrible, horrible feeling. But they came in, they got me right. Shout out to the plumbing technician. His name is Nate. He was phenomenal, a younger dude, really professional, came and handled the business, knocked it out, all for about that way. I felt like the price was reasonable. I'm not going to give a price because everybody's price is going to be different depending on how large the property is, what the issue was, but my price was really fair. I would definitely say that, and I'm just appreciative that I was able to get that all squared away, and now I'm back in business. But that's it for this video. If you got any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Again, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna get with y'all in a little bit. All right.